All right, first pitch coming up. And starting in this one, Joanna, Mann. And Singy, we were talking earlier about how she's doing a great job navigating through tough spots.
I've just been so impressed with when it seems like there's more pressure, she's more calm and settles in. She's done an incredible job with runners in scoring position. Most pitchers, they get a little tight, they start to aim the baseball, but for some reason, she gets looser, the ball comes out of her hand with more life, and she's able to wiggle off the hook of tough situations and get her team back in the dugout.
Nico Horner leading things off and takes a strike. Swing and a miss, and that's strike two.
No ball, 2 strikes.
Got him looking for the K. That was pretty nasty.
Well, that at bat seemed to be over as soon as it started. 3-pitch strikeout. You've got to be better at the plate right there, at least to foul something off, extend that at bat.
Dansby Swanson stands in. Swings and misses. 0-1. Mann, multi-time All-Star. She features a 4-seam fastball, a changeup, a curve, a sinker, and she occasionally mixes in a knuckleball.
No ball, 2 strikes.
One down, base is empty. Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
Batting third, the third baseman, number 6.
David Fry getting ready to hit. Swings through that one for strike 1.
Hey, 7 straight strikes to start the frame. She's got a chance at an immaculate inning.
And that is cut on and missed. And the count is 0-2.
All right, there's number 8, 1 away.
Got him. Strikes out the side to begin the game. What a start.
All she's saying, who needs the defense? An immaculate inning. 3 strikeouts, 9 pitches. We just witnessed something really special.
And we're back. And now the first baseman, Michael Busch. Chris, it's been a good year for him, having already set a new career high for RBIs in a season. That pitch in for a strike, 0-1.
Pitcher like this can be tough. She's not going to try to beat you with velocity, but she's going to sink it, she's going to change speeds, and she's going to pitch backwards at times. Well, after scoring runs, this is where you're looking for that shutdown inning. Get that hot team back in there to swing the bats.
Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout.
Away. And clearly that was the plan right there. He just wasn't able to put it in play, and that should tell you something as a hitter. Sometimes you're a little too conscious of the inside pitch, and you're not able to cover that outside part of the plate. So clearly some adjustments to be made next time.
And first offering is fouled off. Mann. She has a reputation, I don't know, maybe a knack for working herself out of tough situations that she finds herself in. You like that in a relief pitcher, but when you have it for a starting pitcher, a player that can get out of a tight spot, that is pretty valuable. Swings through that one. It's a strikeout.
Just overmatched on that fastball right there, and it wasn't like he was set up for it by something off speed earlier in the at-bat. Just came right after him with 3 straight, and he had no answer for it.
Michael Conforto in the box with 2 gone, and takes a look at a called strike. Swings through the fastball up in the zone.
And you won't see the skipper rush to get somebody up in the bullpen as soon as he starts to see some signs of trouble. This pitcher's earned a long.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. It's an immaculate inning. Cubs are down quietly, and they're down 2-0. Welcome back. Last series, the pitching was not good as we take a check of the numbers. Mann back to work. Swing and a miss. It's 0-1.
0-1's the count.
Swing and a miss as he was out front that time. Got it. And she's up to 7 strikeouts in this one.
Quite the start to this game on the mound. Looking very dangerous to these hitters. 7 punch-outs already. So this lineup hasn't had much success trying to figure her out. I'm impressed with what we're seeing here.
Pete Crow Armstrong, batting with 1 down, takes a strike.
I understand you want to try to gauge that pitcher's fastball, but you also have to be aggressive and ready to hit in your zone. Now you're in a tough spot.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Strikeout number 8.
She's been racking up the strikeouts, and what's so impressive, not walking anyone. I mean, she's just going right after hitters, filling up the strike zone, and it looks like hitters, they're trying to think with her, but they just are a pitch behind.
The throw to first, and it's a 1-2-3 inning. 9 straight retired here to start the game. It's the Phillies 2 and the Cubs nothing. Welcome back as we take a peek at the starting pitching so far this year.
Corner.
And a foul ball.
You know, these Cubs, to put it bluntly, need to put together more competitive at-bats, and I don't think they've lived up to their own expectations at the plate. Strikeouts are a little easier to stomach in baseball today, but even by those standards, they're going down way too often, and I think they're having a hard time getting any momentum going as a result.
Swanson now at the plate as he swings through strike 1. Next offering in there for a strike. No balls, 2 strikes. And a swing and a miss with number 9 for her in this game.
Oh, there's a 3-pitch strikeout. She can do whatever she wants with the baseball right now.
Third baseman.
So up next, David Fry struck out swinging his first time. Right through there for a strike. The Cubs still looking for their first hit in this one. And that drops in for a strike.
She's pounding the zone. Hitters don't have time to think in between pitches.
See ya! Strikes him out for the second time today. So 12 up, 12 down to begin the ball game. It's the Phillies 2 and the Cubs nothing. Welcome back to the ballpark as we check out the current playoff picture.
Bush.
Swing and a miss. That's strike 1. Bush in his 3rd season, 28 years old, and he's driven in double-digit runs over his last 10 games. Next offering is fouled back. Tipped into the mid, strike 3.
Good pitch right there. I mean, she's attacking a location that this guy at the plate tends to have trouble with. And there's just so much information in this day and age, sometimes too much information. But the players that can take that information, process it, and then go out there, Boog, and execute the pitch, go right after that hitter, and get the result that they were anticipating. That's really good pitching right there. And it's a good job of the pitcher and the catcher working together.
Got him looking. And she's up to 12 strikeouts on the day.
No, just couldn't pull the trigger on the fastball right there, and I don't think he was taking it, thinking it might be a called ball or anything. I just think he was flat out frozen. Did not expect that location, in my opinion.
Conforto batting for the second time, and that's strike 1. Next offering in there for a strike. 0-2.
Now this offense has just been locked down. Almost 5 full innings of shutout baseball.
Got it! And how about that? It's an immaculate inning. So 5 perfect innings in the books. It's the Phillies 2 and the Cubs nothing. Top of the 6th inning, and now it's Wilmer Flores.
Clearly down in this ball game, and you can't look at the deficit and try to get it all back in one swing. It's got to come one at bat at a time, and even shrink it down smaller, pitch to pitch. Make that pitcher work to get you out.
Swings through that one for strike 2.
All game
No ball,
long, she's
2
really
strikes.
done a great job of keeping these hitters guessing. You've got to play with that front foot, and she's done exactly that, keeping them off balance.
Righty delivers. Gets a piece, and it stays 0-2. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. Right through there, got him. And she adds another strikeout to the pile, 14 now. A big performance on the mound, lots of strikeouts. That was number 14.
Yeah, clearly trusting herself in this one, Boog. Feeling really good about what she's working with, and that really allows a pitcher to attack hitters. You know, such an important mindset to have out there on the mound, especially when you're ahead in the count with 2 strikes.
Swings and misses. 0-2 now.
Quickly in an 0-2 count, you've got to figure out a way to shorten your path to the baseball. Put it in play somewhere, then you got a chance.
Caught him looking for the K.
Well, I think that's a case of overthinking right there. You got 3 straight fastballs looking in the 0-2 count just to pour it back.
And it's fouled away. Next offering is in for a strike.
That curveball's been a big pitch for her today. She's been able to get ahead in the count with it. She's also been able to use it to put hitters away.
Fans another, and that's 3 straight strikeouts. Nothing happening there for the Cubs. They still find themselves down. Let's check out some notable Cy Young candidates so far this year. Mann back to work. He swings and fouls one off. Swings and misses. And it's 0-2. Gets a piece and stays alive.
That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes, but that's not what that pitch was.
And add another K. That's number 17. What a game. And here comes Dansby Swanson, having more success against left-handed pitching this season, as might be expected. And that drops in for a strike.
That big curve inside's a pitch that can buckle you a little bit. Looks like a fastball out of hand and then just drops over that inside part of the plate.
No ball, 2 strikes.
One down, base is empty. Make it 18 strikeouts on the day. Chris, third time through the order, and a couple of quick outs for the starter.
Yeah, she's been very frugal today, economical with the pitch count.
2 down, base is empty. David Fry now at the plate.
Went down looking on 3 pitches last time. Let's see if he can be a little more aggressive right here.
Swing and a miss. And it's 0-1.
These hitters have been very aggressive early in the count, but when you're down, you might want to be a little more patient. Take some pitches, see if you can extend those at-bats and get some base runners on.
Got the bat going too soon. It's strike 2.
Well, this can be kind of frustrating for the hitting coach. Right now, this lineup seems to be swinging at everything.
Cut on and miss. Curveball struck him out. The perfection continues. 21 straight have been retired. It's the Phillies 6 and the Cubs nothing. Welcome back as we take a look at their upcoming schedule.
Michael Bush.
A little out front there as he swings through it. So she's back out to begin the 8th. Been a really nice outing for her so far, Singy.
She's thrown the ball really well, kept hitters off balance, and she's been very efficient with that pitch count. But at this point, even though it's been relatively low, you start keeping an eye on it to make sure that she doesn't have any fatigue.
Lifted in the air, left field, pretty well struck. Schwarber grabs it on the run.
Still rolling to start the 8th, just 5 more outs to get.
And now it's Elias Diaz. Still a ways to go, but this is can't-miss stuff right now. And a good fastball to start him off. That's strike one.
In the on-deck circle, you really want to use that opportunity to see some pitches and time up the fastball. Last thing you want to do is miss a good hittable fastball early in the count.
One down, base is empty. Goes down looking for the strikeout. Went back to the fastball, and it was effective. The batter will be Michael Conforto. And first offering is fouled off. The Cubbies yet to pick up a hit here. Next offering is in for a strike. Fouled off, and they'll do it again. Here's the 0-2. Strike three, struck him out for the third time today. And the Cubs are down in order. Still up against a 6-0 deficit. This one isn't exactly close, Chris. Let's go off script for a moment.
I'm game.
Were we on script?
Never.
All right, Singy, you've tightened up the hairdo, but back when you played, how valuable was it to have a barber in the clubhouse?
Well, Boog, I'm going to say invaluable. That's how valuable that it was, because I was the barber. Yes, I was.
Cut on and lifted in the air. Schwarber makes the catch, and there's one gone. And now 2 outs away from history.
Well, I hope she gets this done. I mean, this is the kind of feat that can define a career. Hard not to root for at this point.
For Armstrong, the batter now as he swings and misses for strike one. Swings through that one out in front that time. Would they pay you?
No, absolutely not. Not even a meal on the road. So I think it's great now that most of these teams have professional barbers that come in and make them look fresh before the games.
Struck him out looking. Cubbies with only 1 out left. Now it's the right fielder, Andy Pajes. And this is it. 1 out away from perfection. And there's a foul ball. Scale of 1 to 10, how good a barber were you?
For a non-professional, I'd say I was probably a 7. But if I was comparing to professionals, I'd be like a 3. I'll never forget the time that I cut Jose Canseco's hair. He had a pretty big melon, Boog. And
big dome?
It took a while.
Yeah.
There's a little pressure there, too, because he had a big date that night, and he wanted me to make sure that everything looked good.
Wow.
Yeah. He's a big guy, too. I didn't want him to hurt me.
Yeah. Swing and a miss. Got him. A perfect ending to a perfect game. Man, with an exceedingly rare achievement in this one, a perfect game.
What more can you say than perfect, Boog? Her performance.
And welcome into the ballpark. Happy to have you with us. Interleague Baseball on MLB The Show. It's the Philadelphia Phillies going up against the Kansas City Royals. All right, we'll be back to get this one started after this. Back here in Kansas City, and on the hill in this one, Joanna Mann.
She's been a very dependable starter for her club, and what stands out for me is that left-handed hitters have really struggled batting below 200 against her, and it just tells me they have a hard time tracking the baseball. Maybe it's the release point, maybe it's the motion, but just some way, somehow, they've got to figure out a way to pick it up and try to have some success from the left side.
Here comes a pitch.
Ball one.
Looks like she thinks that should have been a strike at the top of the zone, but doesn't seem to be too upset. That's just a case where I think she's trying to get a better feel for the umpire's strike zone and what he's going to be calling. That's just a part of pitching.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. One away.
Well, classic pitch sequencing there to change eye levels for the punch out. That fastball on the pitch before was up. It was very competitive, and that gets you thinking that she might try to climb the ladder. But then the curveball out of that same tunnel just falls off the table, and you can't make contact.
Jonathan India now at the plate as he swings through strike one. The Phils would love to get a win in this one to boost their postseason hopes. One down, base is empty. Strike three, and that's two in a row.
Batting third, the shortstop.
Bobby Witt Jr. now. He was drafted second overall by the Royals in 2019. Adley Rutschman was the only player taken ahead of him.
Yeah, he was part of a really good crop of shortstops. Bobby was the first one taken, but C.J. Abrams, Bryson Stott, Anthony Volpe, and Gunnar Henderson were also part of that draft class. How good is that?
Pretty good. To the right side. Stop. Whips it to first. And it's a 1-2-3 inning. Nothing doing for the offense that time. Second inning coming up here in Kansas City. It's the Phillies 2 and the Royals nothing. And we're back. Bottom of the inning. And now Nelson Velasquez. Mann back to work. Ball one there. Velasquez measures 6 feet even, batting in the cleanup spot, and he was born in Puerto Rico. And a foul ball. Next offering is in for a strike.
See if she can go upstairs a little bit. Make sure you miss up and out of the zone since you're heading to count 1-2. Don't miss in the zone because that's where you can get hurt.
Got him swinging. And she's registered 3 Ks in this one.
Got him swinging on that pitch away to finish him off, but everything early in the at-bat was in tight. Really challenged him in there with some competitive pitches, not letting him get his hands extended, but of course that eventually opens up the outside part of the plate, and he just wasn't able to adjust.
Swinging a foul straight back. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. She's notched 4 strikeouts now.
She's really dialed in, and this offense is going to have to do something to try to break that rhythm. Maybe it's square around the bunt, step out of the box, agitate her a little bit, do something that just changes what's happening right now, because at this pace it's going to be a long game, so you got to figure it out quickly.
That one finds the zone, and the count is 0-2. 2 outs, base is empty. Swings and misses. It's a strikeout. And she strikes out the side here in the second. So they go quietly there. Welcome back to the ballpark as we check out the current playoff picture.
Messi.
And there's a foul ball. Swing and a miss. He was late. Strike 2.
Threw that fastball right by him, slightly elevated. That's a confidence boost for this pitcher out there on the mound. See if she continues to climb the ladder.
And down on strikes he goes. So she picks up her 6th strikeout of the ball game.
Well, he went up there trying to be aggressive, that's for sure, hacking at those first 2 pitches, but clearly that last one fooled him. He could have been sitting on something else entirely, but you want to be able to adjust on 0-2 and at least get a swing off when it's in the zone. Maybe choke up, maybe spread out your stance a little bit. You got to give the pitcher credit on the mound, though. She went right after him.
Swings through that one.
She really sells the changeup with that arm action.
And a swing and a miss. And she's up to 7 strikeouts in this one.
Quite the start to this game on the mound. Looking very dangerous to these hitters. 7 punch-outs already. So this lineup hasn't had much success trying to figure her out. I'm impressed with what we're seeing here.
Mauricio Dubon now in the box. Comes up empty with a swing there. Got him! And how about that? It's an immaculate inning.
All she's saying, who needs the defense? An immaculate inning. 3 strikeouts, 9 pitches. We just witnessed something really special.
Let's check out some notable Cy Young candidates so far this year.
Third baseman, Michael Garcia.
Swing and a miss. 0-1.
Well, these Royals just haven't produced as many competitive at-bats as I'd like to see in this one. They've gone down on strikes at a high rate today, so it's probably time to simplify the approach and just find ways to put the ball in play.
And a swing and a miss. That's her 9th strikeout so far.
Well, she's had a great run of strikeouts and showing excellent control and command, not walking opposing batters. You know, this offense, they've got to find a way to break her rhythm. Put the bat on the ball, maybe try to bunt for a base hit. Get her off the mound, move her around, step out, do something to interrupt her timing because she's coming right after him.
One down, base is empty. Swing and a miss. And he's down on strikes. So she cracks double digits with her 10th strikeout.
Pretty electric stuff showing up on the mound right now. I mean, in the double-digit strikeouts, she should be able to rack up some more before she's done in this one. And well, not many of these hitters have had much of an answer for what she's offering out there.
And it's fouled away. 2 down, nobody on. We're here in the bottom of the 4th. Swing and a miss, struck him out. It's an immaculate inning. So 12 up, 12 down to begin the ball game. It's the Phillies. Let's check out some notable MVP candidates so far this season. Mann back to work. Swings through the fastball up in the zone.
Well, these Royals just aren't putting together very many good at-bats in this one. We're in the back half of the game, and they're still searching for a base runner. She's been great out there on the mound, no doubt, but it's also been a disappointing performance at the plate to this point.
Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout.
Oh, there's a 3-pitch strikeout. She can do whatever she wants with the baseball right now.
The left fielder, Max Kepler.
Max Kepler at the plate. Struck out swinging his first time. Fought off foul.
And as we get deeper, it's not going to get any easier. These at-bats are going to feel more and more desperate with every out the rest of the way.
Next offering is fouled back. Swing and a ground ball out to short. Trey Turner gloves it. Jump throw, not in time. He's safe.
The effort was there with the jump throw. You gotta love it, but it just wasn't in time. Still a really impressive play just to get to that ball and make it close at first. And not every shortstop can even make that play.
Perez, a former All-Star, 35 years old, and he was born in Venezuela.
Quickly in an 0-2 count, you've got to figure out a way to shorten your path to the baseball. Put it in play somewhere, then you got a chance.
Swing and a miss, struck him out. Michael Massey steps in for the Royals. That clips the corner.
She's just filling up the strike zone right now. Don't want to get yourself in an 0-2 hole. You better be ready to pull the trigger on the first pitch.
Kepler off of first with 2 away. And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. Fouled off, and they'll do it again. Gets a piece, and it stays 0-2. Swing and a ground ball. And that is that. Bottom of the 6th. Here's the center fielder, Harrison Bader. This one chopped on the ground, but foul.
When a pitcher's throwing a lot of first pitch strikes as a hitter, you got to be ready to hit. Now, that's not going to help you get deep into her pitch count and into the bullpen, but you got to take what she's offering that day.
Ground ball right side. Harper takes it himself. 1 up, 1 down.
She's doing a nice job of keeping the ball out of the air. Lets the defense work behind her with another ground ball. Good execution.
That one finds the zone, and that's strike 1.
0-1's the count.
Late with the swing there.
Gosh, a little late on that breaking ball. I don't think he recognized it out of the hand. Just a little tardy. Gonna have to regroup here. She's dealing with a great 2-strike hitter right here. The strikeout is not automatic.
See ya. Strikes him out for the 2nd time today. A big performance on the mound. Lots of strikeouts. That was number 14.
Yeah, clearly trusting herself in this one, Boog. Feeling really good about what she's working with, and that really allows a pitcher to attack hitters. You know, such an important mindset to have out there on the mound, especially when you're ahead in the count with 2 strikes.
Strike 2.
Just an outstanding job of spinning the baseball, moving it around, doing what she does. Oh, I think the key, I mean, if she can get through 1 more inning, anything after that, a hitter or 2 is bonus. But
that's strike 3 and the 3rd out. So we take a break. Nothing doing for the Royals. They're still down. It's 2-0. Welcome back as we take a look at how today's starting pitchers have fared so far.
For the Royals, the second baseman, Jonathan. India.
That's in there. 0-1. Next offering is fouled back. And a swing and a miss. What a game she's having. 16 Ks now. Now here's Bobby Witt Jr. 0 for 2 in this one. And he hits a ground ball right side, and that chance handled in plenty of time to first, and Witt is out.
that play won't be trending on social media later on, but it's still important to execute it to perfection. This game is a lot harder than it looks, partner.
Velasquez in the box now. No balls and a strike.
0-1.
2 down, nobody on. Here, the bottom of the 7th. Swings through that one for strike 2.
Good late sink on that fastball. Out of the hand, looks so good, and then by the time it gets in the hitting zone, hard to get the barrel to it.
And add another K. That's number 17. What a game. Still in total command on the mound with 7 shutout innings. It's the Phillies 2 and the Royals nothing. It's a bit of a blowout now, which gives us a bit more freedom here in the booth.
I'm not sure that's a good thing.
Singy, one of the biggest ways the game has changed, bullpen arms. So many elite level bullpen arms.
Yeah, and I'm glad I'm not playing anymore. I mean, it's just a nightmare. When that door swings open out of the bullpen, you know what's coming in is 95 and above with at least one nasty pitch.
Gets a piece and stays alive. The other component is you get less viewings of a specific pitcher. So your ability to go to school on one guy, you maybe get 2 looks at him and then he's gone.
Yeah, and I mean, these guys utilize the iPads and try to see previous footage of that pitcher, but it's just not the same as having an actual look.
Make it 18 strikeouts on the day. Fastball for a strike. 1 out, bases empty. Next offering is fouled back. Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout. Late on that fastball.
These hitters have been very aggressive early in the count, but when you're down, you might want to be a little more patient. Take some pitches, see if you can extend those at bats and get some base runners on.
Foul ball, still 0-2. Fights it off. He'll see another. The Royals with a lot of ground to make up here, the bottom half of the 8th inning. Spoils the 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball.
Five foul balls in a row. I have no idea what that feels like, but you got to love this battle. Just wondering who's going to blink first.
Fans another, and that's 3 straight strikeouts. 8 innings, 8 zeros as the shutout. Back now as they hand the ball to a fresh arm to start the bottom of the 9th. Trevor Richard.